A major expansion of one of the biggest ports on the East Coast is on time and on budget. The overhaul of the Port of Virginia, basically widening and deepening the channel, is key to increasing business and allowing larger modern-day ships to safely dock there. Fox News correspondent Douglas Kennedy gives us a closer look.
Deepening and widening the port is vital not only for commerce but also port safety.
Rick Wester is the captain of the Port of Virginia, responsible for the safety of cargo ships in and out of Norfolk. It's a job that's been made more difficult by bigger and bigger boats. So today's cargo ships are double and triple the size of the biggest ships you had 10 years ago, and your channel is just too narrow for some of them.
Yeah, the ships are getting bigger and bigger, and so the biggest ones, about 3 or 4 times a week, whenever they enter or leave port, I have to impose one-way traffic because it's just too narrow for them to meet any other ships.
And the channel here is also only 50 feet deep, which means many of these larger ships would run aground if they came in fully loaded. So the big ships here draw about 55 feet.
Right, so while these ships draw 55 feet, we don't allow them to come into port drawing that much because they would run aground. So they can only partially load both coming in and leaving, and they're not fully using their capacity.
Over 114,000 U.S. businesses rely on goods from the Port of Virginia, but the channel has limited its ability to expand. One of the reasons why dredging and widening the waterway recently caught the attention of President Trump.
That could be one of the best in the world if they invested not that much money, relatively speaking.
Virginia has already secured $695 million in private and state investment, and they're asking for $300 million more from the feds. So you have almost 2 million containers coming through here every year, and you're trying to add 1 million more.
Yes, with almost 8% growth last year, we've got a plan for the future. We're on our way to being the second biggest port on the East Coast.
Kathy Vick is the spokesperson for the port, and she says the new channel will allow capacity for a new terminal, which could conveniently be built from the dredge material.
It's about global trade for America, with 37% of our cargo going into the Midwest on rail. It's really about reducing prices for consumers.
She also says the federal and local investment will create more than 54,000 jobs, both in Virginia and across the country. On the James River, Douglas Kennedy, Fox News.